Hello, people. Today we are diving into a thought provoking debate surrounding electric vehicles, or EVs. In a recent article by Rowan Atkinson, the brilliant actor known as Mr. Bean, he ignited a fiery discussion about the true environmental impact of electric vehicles. His article titled I Love Electric Vehicles and was an early adopter but increasingly feel duped. Atkinson's piece has set off a slugfest between the petrol heads and the EV evangelists. So let's explore Atkinson's arguments and take a closer look at the challenges and alternatives for India's journey toward a net zero emissions future. Let's get started. Atkinson argues that while EVs boast zero exhaust emissions, the bigger picture reveals a different story. He suggests that Europe's push for EVs isn't simply capitalism at play, but rather a collusion between the state, manufacturers, and mining companies behind the EV dream. Let's unpack his claims. Atkinson raises an important point about the overt subsidization of EVs, especially in developing nations like India. He argues that the majority of subsidies, including tax breaks, end up benefiting the middle and upper middle classes, who are typically the buyers of battery electric four-wheelers. But what about the rest of society? Is there an equitable distribution of incentives? Another significant challenge for EV adoption is the availability of charging infrastructure. Norway and China have witnessed rapid EV adoption by investing in expanding their public charging networks. However, in India, despite the growing number of EVs, the current public charging infrastructure remains limited, particularly considering the dominance of two and three-wheelers. Atkinson points out that countries with successful EV adoption heavily rely on renewable energy sources, such as hydroelectric power. However, India's electricity grid is still primarily fueled by coal-fired thermal plants. This raises concerns as EVs may reduce tailpipe emissions in cities but contribute to overall pollution from thermal plants. Moreover, India's dependence on imported lithium-ion batteries raises questions about the country's vulnerability to supply chain disruptions. We have delved into the thought-provoking arguments raised by Rowan Atkinson and discussed the various hurdles that need to be overcome on the path to a net zero emissions future. Before we go, let's talk about the alternative technologies that could shape the future of mobility in India. First, we have hybrids, which offer an intermediate step toward achieving the all-electric goal. Hybrids provide improved fuel efficiency through the electrification of the powertrain, without requiring an extensive charging infrastructure. Next, we explore flex fuel vehicles, which have the capability to run on multiple types of fuel, such as petrol and ethanol. This technology provides flexibility and potential for reduced emissions. Fuel cell electric vehicles, FCEVs, present another option. FCEVs utilize hydrogen to generate electricity, emitting only water vapor as a byproduct. However, the lack of widespread hydrogen fueling infrastructure remains a challenge for their adoption. Hydrogen internal combustion engine vehicles, ICEVs, represent a modified version of conventional cars that run on hydrogen instead of petrol or diesel. Although not zero emissions like FCEVs, they offer an alternative to traditional engines. Lastly, we have synthetic fuels, such as Porsche's e-fuels, which are produced using renewable energy sources and aim to make internal combustion engines as clean as electric vehicles. Synthetic fuels have the potential to render petrol engine cars virtually CO2 neutral, providing a new lease of life to existing vehicles. It's important to remember that each of these alternative technologies comes with its own advantages and challenges. The path forward requires careful consideration of factors such as infrastructure development, resource availability, and long-term sustainability. As India charts its course toward a net zero emissions future, a comprehensive approach that combines multiple technologies and addresses the unique challenges of the Indian context may be the key to success. I encourage you to join the conversation in the comment section below. Which alternative technology do you think holds the most promise for India? What challenges do you anticipate in the journey toward a greener future? Share your thoughts and keep the discussion going. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more analysis and engaging content on the ever-evolving world of automotive technology. A document will be uploaded soon on the Telegram channel with all relevant points which you can use in answer writing. Until next time, drive safe and stay tuned.